Bay win the NFC South.
Four-game win streak, headed into Jerry's World, Sunday Night Football. America's watching. How can you not get up for this one? How can you not get up for this one? What's good, everybody? Let's talk some Tampa sports. Last week, I would say that was the Bucs' best overall win of the season. Just most well-rounded win of the season. I think we can say that. Kind of on a high right now. Four-game win streak. That win on the road. I would say the last time the Bucs had a high like this was the win in Detroit. And we saw what happened coming off of that win. They came out flat, just not fully into it against the Broncos, and just got manhandled. That can't happen again. And I think the Bucs were able to learn from that, and they will carry that into this game on Sunday Night Football against a team who really, Jerry's World, has not been intimidating at all this year, if we're being honest. 1-6. Cowboys are 1-6 at Jerry's World. It's ooh. Those tickets are expensive. And if you're paying to go to each game and you're 1-6, yeah. Some ugly ones too. 47-6 to the Lions, 34-10 to the Texans, 34-6 to the Eagles, and worst of all, 44-19 to the Saints, just getting blown out at home. And now they got the Bucs coming into town, who look and have been playing very well. The Cowboys in general, though, just not even at Jerry's World, have not looked great this year. I mean, 6-8, there has been some key injuries. Dak Prescott, Zach Martin. Now Trevon Diggs is going on the end-of-season IR, so Micah Parsons missed some time as well. There's some things, but even when they were healthy, it was not all that. The Bucs, on the other hand, are trending up, as I said, and I mean, this Bucs-Cowboys game looks really good for the Bucs on paper, and I'll show you the numbers behind that. The Cowboys defense has just been bad at many points this season, and simply they don't have the firepower on offense to be able to compete in shootout type games. 1-8. 1-8 the Cowboys are when their opponent scores more than 24 points. So there's your number to back that up. If this game ends up where the Bucs are scoring over 24 points, it leans heavily in the Buccaneers' favor. And obviously what that stat also tells you is they've had 9 games where they've given up more than 24 points, with them being 1-8 in those games. So not great. While we're on the subject, we might as well throw this out there as well. We are looking at the top-ranked scoring defenses in the NFL, meaning the amount of points you give up on average per game. Here's your opponent right there at number 30, giving up 27.1 points per game. Here's the Bucs here at 19, giving up 23. And then I'm going to give you the flip side. Here we go. This is the top scoring offenses. How many points do you put up on average per game on offense? Detroit is first, and not too far down, you got the Buccaneers at fourth, scoring 28.8, basically 29 points per game. That does not look good for the Cowboys at all. With the Bucs being top 5 in scoring and the Cowboys being bottom 5 in points allowed, this looks like the Bucs will be able to put up points in this one. Their defense is worse at stopping the run than it is stopping the pass, and I say that with a smile on my face because of what the Buccaneers have been doing on the ground game the last 4 games. 4 games in a row. Over 150 yards rushing. It looks and seems, all signs are pointing in the direction for that to continue with how the Cowboys have been playing, trying to stop the run defensively. It's not been good. I'm interested to see now, they have been better at stopping the pass, as I said, how much that changes. Trevon Diggs being out, you lose your top guy at corner. You're already terrible at stopping the run. You're really, really just relying on Micah Parsons to take over the game and just force Baker Mayfield to have to get the ball out super quickly. I don't see that happening, though. Not when you have one of, if not the best left tackle in the NFL, and then I would say a top 5, top 7 right tackle in Luke Gedeke. I don't see that happening. I don't see him taking over a game. Yes, the Buccaneers need to limit him. He's all world and he will get his, but if the Bucs are able to force them to just have to stop the run over and over and over, I don't see Micah being able to rear back and really just rush the passer like he wants to. So, once again, it looks good for the Bucs on paper. So here are those numbers behind that. We're going to filter yards per carry, look at the worst teams in the NFL, and we got the Panthers, the Saints, by the way. Those are the Bucs' 2 final games of the season. So if I think the streak is going to continue against the Cowboys, it's probably going to continue against just the rest of the season. And here they are, looking like 5th worst in the NFL in yards per carry. They give up 4.8 yards per rush. So, if we want to see the other side of that, it's not, once again, looking good for the Dallas Cowboys. The Buccaneers are 2nd in the NFL in yards per rush, averaging 5.2 yards per rush. It's just been dominant. And if they're able to establish that run game early, I don't think they have the dogs on defense to be able to push back with the physicality and just keep up. I don't see it because we know what's going on the other side. They got a backup quarterback. So Cooper Rush. He's played 10 games this season, and he's been in Dallas his whole career, so it's not like the offense is new to him or anything like that. He is an experienced backup in the role that he's in. But it just hasn't been that great. It also isn't, terrible, in my opinion. Under 60% completion percentage, not good there. 5.7 yards, average completion, you're really dinking and dunking there. 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, so he is protecting the football. That's good for them. And a 36.4 quarterback rating is no bueno. And when I say it's not good, let me move out of the way here. 32nd in the NFL in quarterback rating. Not good. Obviously, you can't look at these stats because he's only played 10 games, but quarterback rating has nothing to do with the amount of games that you've played. They do have some pieces on offense, though. CeeDee Lamb, just like Micah Parsons, is all-world. He runs the full route tree. He can hit you deep. He can take a slant all the way. So many man beaters. He can sit in his zone. Anything you need him to do, screens, end arounds, CeeDee Lamb can do that. That's why he's getting paid the way he is. Got to limit him. The Bucs have had one game where he's done pretty well against them, and then he's had another game where he pretty much did nothing against the Bucs. So there's been some good and bad, and Todd Bowles has that on film to look at. Rico Dowdle, looking pretty good. Is coming along well. I think he had about 130 rush yards last week against the Panthers, so he is doing pretty well. Zeke, I'm not scared of Zeke at this point, but Dowdle, he's a solid running back for sure. Jake Ferguson, young tight end, good there. It's just whether you think Cooper Rush can compete toe-to-toe with Baker Mayfield in this offense, who, like I said, when a team scores more than 24 points against the Dallas Cowboys, they're 1-8. The Bucs average 29 points. I don't think they can compete with this offense and go toe-to-toe. I don't. Before we get into the prediction, currently they have the Bucs sitting at an 82% chance to make the playoffs. If they win, that bumps up to a 93, and if they lose on Sunday night, it has it dropping to a 65. Then, the Atlanta Falcons made some big news this week, benching Kirk Cousins and starting Tampa native Michael Penix. Currently, they have them sitting at a 31% chance to make the playoffs. If they beat the New York Giants, 39%. And if they lose somehow, some way, if Penix just is terrible in his first start, 12%. I think that would basically knock them out of the playoffs. Not literally, numbers-wise, but the Bucs aren't losing 2 of their last 3. So prediction time. I think I've shown you the numbers. I think a lot of this leans into the Bucs' favor. What the Bucs are good at, the Cowboys are bad at stopping. That's just how it looks on paper. Obviously, a game needs to be played on Sunday night, and numbers don't mean everything. But I'm going based off what I am seeing right now. I'm going to go Bucs 38. They just put up 40 last week on the Chargers, who have a top 5 defense. And the Cowboys, they will not be able to compete in a shootout. I'll go 20. 38-20, Bucs win in Jerry's World. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your comments and your predictions down below. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. I'm creeping up closer to that goal of 1,000 subscribers. Help your boy out. Help your boy out. If you love Bucs, Lightning, Rays content, any of that, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Let's go. Let's do this. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Go Bucs. Y'all have a blessed one.